Hello and welcome, my lovely Cancers. Cancers, this is your weekly intuitive energy and card reading for the week of January 27th through February 2nd, 2020. Remember, time is merely pretense. This could be past, present, and or future energies. But I'm going to read this as Championship Week energy because February 2nd is the Super Bowl. It's also Portal Day. I'll talk more about that later in another post. And then, of course, the news that LA can't get away from that has absolutely shocked us. We lost an ascendant master of the game of basketball, and that was Kobe Bryant. A lot to think about with this man and the way he had his Mamba mentality and win, win, win and focus. There was no doubt in your mind that he wanted to win, but there came a time where it became clear he wanted to win for the people of this place, and he began, after his accusations, the sexual assault accusations, charges, he was a changed man. He did heal his marriage. If you hate him for cheating on his wife, it's a mistake. And let me explain to you why. Because they healed that marriage, and they actually did love each other very much. His wife is struggling. Vanessa's sending love and prayers because she lost not only her husband, who she never thought she'd live with life without, but also her baby girl. I can't even imagine. But and not only that, 9 people were in that accident that lost their lives, and those people, you know, they just didn't make it home. They didn't make it where they were going, and then they didn't make it home that day. It's very it's striking in so many ways. Even Shaquille O'Neal seeing all these 7-foot men blubbering their eyes out for the love of this man who obviously put people first. It's clear that there was something special about him. If you haven't read The Magnificent Obsession or watched the movie, please do, because you will understand how a man can change and why forgiveness is so important in our culture, and our cancel culture is lacking Cancer. You know what? I don't know. I feel like I'm preaching to the choir, Cancer. You seem like the most open-hearted sign I've read to in the wake of this tragedy, and like this why kind of feeling. And it feels like you are very sentimental about it, very understanding that you know, it's like I didn't know that he was such a great example of life, and not just that focus and par excellence and the work he did, the amazing amount of work he did to achieve his success, to be great. It doesn't just come from talent alone. He definitely evolved his game over the years. I'm a Laker fan. I've been a Laker fan my whole life, so I've watched players come and go. I've watched players be hated by LA because they were jerks. So this man was not a jerk by any stretch of the imagination. Very mea culpa for his sins as well. But he was, I mean, he was very attentive and kind. And I'm not saying I don't believe that he had sex with that woman. She had issues. He obviously had issues. I think somebody was opportunistic with her and took advantage of her to testify, actually. Not important. What's important is that he was a great baller, no matter what you thought of his life. A lot of us in LA saw him change from being a disgusting little brat of a player to somebody who really had heart and feeling and really cared. He really did care. All right, so let's get to this reading, my lovely Cancer. Remember, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave out all the rest. Me being the Queen of Clovers, my readings tend to focus on life, craft, action, nurturing ourselves and others, and using our will for the highest good and calling. This is my charismatic gift I share with you with unconditional love and gratitude. I thank you now for all your likes, your subscribes. Your views alone do help the channel. I really do thank you. I really do. This channel is very self-supporting, and I love that. I don't do personal readings because when I was a new reader and I was kind of getting into my stride, even though I charge very little for my personal readings, people were really just trying to challenge me as opposed to help me out. So I'm kind of out of it right now, and it's a good thing because I've gone through a lot of spiritual changes myself this Kobe Bryant tragedy has opened up a lot of people. A lot of Tower in the reverse cards this week. You guys don't have it. But a lot of people changing their lives just because, not out of fear, but out of, oh my God, life is too short. Life is fickle. Life is, the only thing guarantee you can have about life is that it will change. And it's embracing that and hitting the gas on changes that we want, and not just what comes at us, and living excellently, better to get better, better gets better kind of thing. All right, I do have, kind of nose to the grindstone decision making here, Cancer, because you want your 9 of Cups. It's like you see your happiness right in front of you and you just decide to take it. It's almost like, oh, there it is. Oh, I'm gonna go get it kind of thing. It's a very driving force. I don't have your card here, the Chariot card, but I do have the Queen of Wands, very fired up, determination, decision-making, solution-oriented energy, 7 of Cups, decisions. In the upright, it's not a final decision, but you're kind of opening up your options, and that's really just opening you up to the 9 of Cups. So this is just wish come true, that total satisfaction, happiness kind of energy, joyous with life. It's like a determination of happiness, and you're going to decide to be happy. You're just done being miserable. And what happens is your whole life just like flips over. It's like a moment of decision. Like, I have no reason to be miserable. Why am I miserable? Oh, I don't have a reason. And it transforms you. This could be a Scorpio in your energy, but I'm feeling this more. That's your change. That's you letting go of your past self. It's you just leaving your old bones behind. You're completely shed that past, and your heart. And you're emptying out those lousy cups that were at you before, this boring cups, this nothing happening energy, this waiting energy. It feels like you might have been waiting for something to happen, or holding back. A lot of holding back in the readings this week, that people are just letting go. A tragedy like the death of Kobe Bryant, or like the coronavirus heading our way. Life's too short, and it's just, I feel it in your reading right now. I've been saying it all week, and now here it is, like, in your reading. Like, not only do we have the 4 of Cups reversed, but I have the Bad Habits card in reverse. This is a releasing of codependency. This is a releasing of, it feels like maybe you're, I talk about misery loving company, or that, grumpiness begets grumpiness. And then everybody's just kind of sitting around grumpy. Nobody's doing anything. Nobody's happy. It kind of feels like a break from that pattern. It's a break from assuming that you can't do something, or accepting these stories we tell ourselves, the limits we tell ourselves. Those habits are gone. You're no longer accepting the narcissist view of the world as in somebody who is who's always putting you down, or no, or you can't do that. That kind of energy. That has you self-serving, that has you subservient to others, like catering to others. This is definitely a push out of your energy into your happiness, and it's almost like you don't necessarily stop, like change your job or change where you live, but it's changing how you come into those places and those energies. And so it's definitely a shock to others. They didn't expect this change from you, but it kind of like happened on a turn of a dime. It was just, you just decided. This Queen of Wands energy, isn't she a sexy beast? It's an Aries card too. You could have an Aries coming into your energy that just kind of opened up your eyes and was like, life doesn't have to be like this. There are other ways. There are other solutions. I don't have to accept, in my mind, what somebody else is thinking, especially perhaps even a Capricorn, but especially somebody who's codependent on you, somebody who's using your energy, or who's stomping it down, somebody who's holding you down in boredom. You're letting it go. You're transforming out of it. You're not willing to accept it. Even if you don't break bonds, like I said, and go to a whole new job or a whole new school, you transfer schools. No. This is you. Absolutely, just you're kind of adjusting the way you are living in where you are right now. I don't know if I talked about that. Brittany Runs a Marathon. I really enjoyed that movie, and one of the reasons I enjoyed that movie is because she didn't She just started running. She didn't actually say, I'm going to change my whole life. I'm going to get a new job and go chase my old dreams, or I'm going to get a new boyfriend, or I'm going to lose weight, you know, so I can date or whatever. She just made the change. She didn't like the way life was, and she just started running. And of course, that first run, it's very painful. I could feel my lungs wanting to explode. Just like everybody does when they first start that first round around the block. And it's, you know, you want change, so you're just going to grab onto something and change. And then it starts to impact and better all kind of areas of your life as you take on this great growth. Except Cancer, you did it in like a, I've made that decision. It's like you're already in shape, or maybe not you're already in shape, but you already have gone through a lot of that motion, at least internally, so that when this moment of change is desired, to change happens, it just does, where you are in the moment. And when that happens, you're not chasing after love. You're not chasing after... I have the King of Cups here and the King of Swords here. This would be a Pisces or an Aquarius, these two court cards. A lot of court cards here. Then, but this is the Knight of Cups, is a water card, but this is not moving forward in love and not making these massive decisions. It has a whole theme of like that joy of where I am now. And this is a Leo card, but it is the King of Wands. So you've graduated from the first card of the reading, from the Queen of Wands, the last card of the reading, King of Wands, pre-Emperor energy, Leo energy. It's the energy of, let me show you how it's done. This is how life is done, and how it's done well and happy. Leo card is also the card of the Sun, the happiness card. This is a lot of reaching for happiness, letting go of the bonds that hold you down. And when we talk about bonds that hold you down, we're not talking about thinking about things that actually hold you back all the time. Sometimes it's just your perspective on happiness. It's just the idea that life is supposed to be this way. I'm supposed to like throw a tantrum when this happens, or be grumpy all weekend long because of this, and no. This is you absolutely letting that go. This is ridiculous. You say you want total happiness. I have a line of happiness here, and ridding yourself of habits. And it's the habit of unhappiness. It's the habit of grumpiness that you're actually letting go. You're actually choosing to go above like emotions and above like what your eyes see, the logic of what your eyes see. You're absolutely willing to embrace dreams and fantasies and kind of advance yourself in just such a perspective change that you're going to be like living a quite dramatic, adventurous life, very fiery. Queen of Wands and King of Wands kind of energy. Wands are just so passionate, and it feels like you've just found a way to put passion back into your life. Okay. Interesting advice from Spirit, which can sometimes be in no relation to this prior reading. Okay, advice from Spirit, my lovely Cancer. When you go in this King of Wands energy, it's going to break some hearts. Not only are you going in this King of Wands energy, but you're embracing this absolute power over your emotions. But it is going to break some hearts. I don't think this is your heartbreak as much as somebody else. It's disappointment. It is the feeling that this is your energy. This is not a true pair. This is not you dating somebody. This is you taking on that pre-Emperor energy with love. That very solution-determined, happy energy with love. And it feels good. And some people are going to resist that. This Three of Swords is not pain for you. You're going to be disappointed by the people that are going to be repelled by this, by the fact that you are standing in your own power and standing in very passionate Queen of Wands, King of Wands power. It's going to freak people out, and they're not going to like it. They liked you better as one of those, you know, Cancers crying with a tub of ice cream, eating bonbons kind of thing, you know, setting out beautiful dinners kind of thing. And this is not all you are, and that's going to be very difficult for a lot of people. It's going to create a bit of change of power within your dynamic and your grounding. It's going to put you on this, you've kind of gone through a bit of a Queen of Wands to King of Wands kind of adventure this week, and you feel fired up and passionate, and now and then you're going to want to ground it. You're going to start a very slow energy of physically supporting yourself, because there's an imbalance in power around you in this Pentacle and Fives being battle cards. You're going to want to, that seniority versus minority, you're going to want to go on a journey to bring yourself up, to retain the happiness that you're finding in yourself, and kind of get you above those haters, and use that energy for your own benefit. You are going to do these things, and these things are going to feel good. It's not, you're not going to be like, I gotta move up, I gotta rebalance the seniority minority in my life or whatever. I gotta ground my, ground my success, work on a solid home. No, you know, fill my bank account. You're not even going to see it that way. It's just going to be a satisfying result of the wise energies you're pulling from that pre-emperor energy, and the love you're pulling from this. It's really a gentle kind of energy of just, it's a very gentle kind of like flowing watery change. But Spirit is saying, don't let them haters get you down. People are going to say mean things too. Not everybody's going to be nice about it. But there are other things that it's almost like, well, that's because you're about to rise up above those others, and they know it. You're elevating. You're ascending in a way, and it's going to have extreme value. It's going to have actual physical value in your life, and it's going to set you on a mission of security and grounding that's going to actually blow your mind. And it just by asserting your happiness and your energy of power a little more wholly, embracing it just to be happy. But it's gonna like cascade into a million wonderful things. Cancer, it's a good reading. Please thank you for sharing your energy with me. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, tip or donate if the spirit moves you. Link is in the box below. Have a great rest of the week, my lovely, lovely Cancers.